Hi guys, my name is Favor. Welcome back to my channel, Favor's Flavor. Today's video is going to be about all the books that I read in July. I read a total of 7 books, 6 novels and 1 novella, 6 romances, and 1 mystery/thriller book. So if you're interested in knowing about all the books that I read this month, my review, if I recommend it, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps my channel out. And if you're someone that's new to reading or in the same boat as me, please connect with me. I just made a Goodreads account and I'll link that down below. So let's get right into the video. So the first book I read this month was none other than Real by Kennedy Ryan. This book gave me everything it needed to give. Like, Kennedy Ryan put her foot into this book. This was better than all the 3 books for me in the Skyline series. And I love that series. Like, I read it in my last video, so if you're interested in hearing more about those 3 books in the Skyline series, please click the link above. But this book by Kennedy Ryan, Real, yeah. And I have a signed copy, which is pretty cool, right here. But this book is about Neva Saint, an understudy, and basically she got a chance to be on the main stage, but she didn't know that a really big film director was in the audience that day, and he ended up liking her for a film that he was filming, and basically their love story and everything that went down. And I was gagged when I found out that a second book to this book is coming out next year. I believe it's called Score. It's on Monk and Verity's love story, which honestly, if you've read this book, you'll definitely be intrigued to know what happens in your story. So I'm definitely going to be the first in line for that book next year, okay? This book, solid 5 out of 5. It's my second 5-star read this year, and even though I've only been reading for like 2 months, this is one of those books that makes me want to reread it. And if you know me, I don't even reread books. I don't rewatch shows. So this is one of those books that it deserves a chance for me to read it again and actually take my time going slow, because this is a definite page turner. It's not a small book. It's about almost 470 pages, but I ate it up, okay? Okay, the next book I read this month was Cover Girl Summer by Danielle Allen. I've seen a lot about Danielle Allen, and it's summer. Cover Girl Summer makes sense. I was looking for summer reads, and knowing that Plus Size Player just came out last month or in May, it made sense for me to read this book. The series called Curve is about 3 friends. So this first book is about Aaliyah James and basically her trying to find a man for her 30th birthday and just not having a particularly easy time, but she ends up building a rapport with the bartender in the restaurant that she got stood up for at her first date. So it's really nice book as a plus size person. All of the books in this series by Danielle Allen centers around plus size women and their dating lives, basically. It's about 350 pages, so not a bad read. I believe I rated it a 4 out of 5. Not a bad read. I enjoyed the banter. A couple times Danielle Allen had me laughing. So I definitely recommend it if you're someone that's in the market for a summer read before summer goes away, because I can't believe summer is almost over. But that's a story for another day, okay? But that's all I have to say about that book, because I feel like any more that I say would give it away. So it's one of those books that just get it if you can get it from your library or listen to the audiobook. The audiobook is also not bad. Now the third book I read this month is Plus Size Player. Not surprising, the second book to Cover Girl Summer. This book I rated a little higher than Cover Girl Summer just because, why? I don't even know why, but I rated this a 4.25 out of 5. This is about Nina Ford, also a plus size lady, one of the friends in the friend group. She's one that cannot put all her eggs in one basket. She has at least 2 or 3 jobs. She has 4 men that all have their roles: the fun one, the smart one, the romantic one. So she's someone that obviously she's a little scared of commitment. Maybe not scared, whatever the case is. But she finds out that this fine man here, one of the men she's dating, Russell Long, the fun one, is able to give her everything she needs: the fun, the smartness, the romance, the money, all of that. This was definitely a good book, and it made me laugh. Danny Allen is definitely someone that, when's the third book in this series? I believe it's called Big Girl Glitz. I'll put a picture of it up here. The third book that will be coming out next year. I definitely will be picking that up. So if you've seen this, if you heard people talking about it, definitely a solid read that you should try to look into if you're interested. The next 2 books I read, I don't have physical copies of because I got it from the library and I returned it to the library yesterday. But we're going to talk about it anyway, okay? The 4th book I read this month was No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel. I'll put the picture up here. I rated that book a 3.75. On a good day, I rated it 4 out of 5. It definitely was one of those books that if you're someone that doesn't enjoy pop culture and celebrity sort of book, you might not enjoy it. I enjoyed it because I like pop culture. I'm definitely someone that is on social media, not as much as I used to be, but still something that I love music. It's about the music industry, which is something that I enjoy. The female main character of this book was Ella Simone. The book follows her marriage and divorce from her manager husband, who's a piece of crap. And basically her meeting up with a popular baseball player, and they had to present an award show. I'm sorry, my brain is like doing whatever it wants to do, but basically that book was really nice because I love the parts about her like talking to her divorce lawyer and basically the role that the divorce lawyer played in her life. And the mom pissed me off, and I was so happy the mom got what she deserved because what kind of woman are you? That's all I'm going to say. But if you're someone that loves pop culture, loves the music industry and some of the behind the scenes, you would enjoy that book. And I definitely would look into reading the second book by the author. I think it's called When I Think of You or something. I'll put it up here. I would look into reading that book. The 5th book I read this month was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Okay, so this book threw me for the loop. I don't even know what I was expecting, but it was my first book by Abby Jimenez. My first book in that, I guess, non-black person. Because honestly, if you've watched my last video, all the people on that video were all black authors. So far, all the books I've talked about are all black authors. So this was someone that's not a black author. So I'm not even sure what I was expecting, but I think I was mostly looking for like a chill summer read. This was not that. It was better in so many ways. Although the part about the book that I didn't like or don't usually like is the whole insta love type of stuff, or I meet you online, first love at first sight, which it can be true sometimes, but I just don't think it's realistic for most people. But either way, the rest of the book covered a lot of realistic stuff, a lot of like deep emotions and deep stories. I think I was almost starting to like, I was getting emotional at one point. I don't think I quite cried, but I was getting emotional at one point. It was a really good book. I think it was about 400 pages. Loved it. I listened to like the first couple chapters on audiobook, and I loved the 2 narrators. So if you're someone that prefers audio, the audiobook is also pretty good. I rated this book a 4.5 out of 5. On a good day, maybe 4.75. But basically, almost a 5 out of 5, but I can't quite give it a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 is like Real and Matriarch and those sort of books. But definitely a great book in its own right. And I'm definitely going to be buying the book for my keep. Because, I mean, I don't have it anymore because I got it from the library. And there's 2 other books in the series. I don't know if it was quite a series called like Part of Your World series. basically two books. I think it's called Yours Truly, and Part of Your World, I believe, where the main characters are like medical people. If you didn't know, I'm a nurse, so like I thoroughly enjoy books that weave in a little bit of like medical stuff into it. And the main person in this book, Just for the Summer, is a travel nurse, Emma. So I definitely related on some levels to some of the stuff she was going through. Enjoy the book thoroughly. Now, the sixth book I read this month was my first novella by no other than Kennedy Ryan. It's called Coming Home. I didn't even know this was a thing, and I thought I like looked on Kennedy Ryan's website and all that kind of stuff. I didn't think I've heard anybody talk about this book, although it's pretty old though, and it's only available on Audible. So I signed up for Audible this past week. They had a deal where it was like 3 months for $1 or something. So I was like, that's a no-brainer. That's basically like 3 audiobooks for the 3 months I'll be on there. And I mainly did it because I wanted to listen to Real on audiobook. If you haven't listened to Real on audiobook, I heard it's so good because they actually sing some of the scenes in the film on the audiobook. So that was the main reason why I was on Audible in the first place. So I saw that she had this Coming Home like deal with Audible. It's an Audible original, very quick novella. The whole audiobook is about 2.5 hours. So honestly, if you started cleaning your house, by the time you're done, the book will be done. A nice book. It's about two journalists that went to college together, but the guy left their 4th year of college to go abroad, but they ended up meeting again for their college's homecoming. Enjoyed the book. I think I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, just because it's my first novella, and I don't think I'm someone that's gonna be a novella person. I definitely like books that give me more depth. So, but it's Kennedy Ryan, so it definitely has that Kennedy Ryan DNA in it. And if you're someone that hasn't heard of it like me, definitely look into it. And honestly, maybe you can get the deal I got with Audible, 3 months for $1 basically. And the last book I'm currently reading. So right today when I'm filming this video, it's July 27th. So not quite the end of July, but if I don't film this video today, it's gonna be late by the time you guys see it. So I just thought, you know what, I'm probably gonna be done with the book by the time the month is over, so why not? So right now, I don't have a rating for the book, but by the time I'm editing it, I'll put my rating on the screen. The book I'm talking about is Detective Auntie by Uzma Jalaluddin. This is my first book by this author, but I don't even know what made me, whose channel I saw this on or whatever the case was. I got this book from the library. It's a cozy mystery. As you've seen so far, just about every other book I've read has been all romances. So you're probably like, why are you reading a mystery? Yeah, I'm trying to diversify my reading portfolio. And there's a book I'm going to talk about that I want to read next month in August. If you're still watching, make sure you check out my August TBR video that's going to be coming right after this. But I wanted to like dip my feet a little bit in the whole mystery thriller genre because I feel like I would enjoy it, but I'm not quite someone that enjoys horror, like bad stuff. But the thriller, suspense type of books, I'm like, this is a genre that I think I might enjoy. So far, I'm only like 5 chapters in, and I've been listening to it on audiobook. It's a little slow so far, but again, I'm still pretty new in. I'm not even quite like 50 pages in, and it's like a 325-page book. So I still have a good way to go. I don't want to like spoil it for myself or anybody, but this is about Sana and her mom. Her mom is the main character, Kassaw. She's basically back in Toronto after 20 years trying to basically clear her daughter's name of this murder that happened in her daughter's store, and she was the person to find the body. So I'm not sure what to quite expect because this is my first book in this genre, but I definitely would leave a review up on the screen or my rating, and you can also check out my Goodreads if you want to keep up with what I'm reading, what books I've read, what books I plan to read. But that's pretty much all I have to say on this video. Those were all the books I read this month, and July was definitely a great month for me. There were times where I didn't even think I was going to read as much as I did, but my reading definitely picked up towards the second half of the month. So if you have any comments or suggestions, recommendations, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and see you right in my next video. Thank you.